Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Seasonal Bits, and I believe this is the last show I'm going to talk about because I sat through 3 episodes of Noble on the Brink of Ruin, and that show was so boring. Nothing happened in that show, so I'm not even going to give that show the time of day. But we are talking about Zenshu, and I initially did not have any interest in watching the show. I didn't care about it. I'm like great. It's another show about making a movie or anime or whatever. And then I read and more of the description. I'm like, wait, why is this why is this being listed as an isekai? And so I went into it out of curiosity. I'm like, oh, because it is an isekai, because the main character, the main character whose name I don't remember, Natsuki, I think it is. Natsuki, she goes and she's working on an anime, and it's a very big hit. But the second one she's supposed to produce stalls because she gets writer's block, and somehow she wakes up in the anime that was from her childhood that she really, really likes, and she, deciding that if she's going to be stuck here, she needs to do something about it, ends up with this pen that lets her draw pretty much anything. She can only draw it once, and she passes out for 3 days afterwards. But she can draw pretty much anything to help get through this anime, because the thing about this anime is this series is that she's in is about them fighting off a bunch of disasters, and basically called voids, which are flying enemies which come at them, and I think everybody dies. I think that's the conceit of this show, that everybody dies, and she has to help them get through it, and she's trying to figure out, meanwhile, a way to get home. And that's the thing that refreshes me about this show. Mostly with these shows, they are stuck, and they just kind of settle in the fact that they're stuck. But Natsuki, is grappling with the fact that, maybe that she wants to go home, or maybe she doesn't want to go home. She's not sure, but she's trying to actively find a way home, which I have never seen an anime before. So she is there, and she basically wants to join this group, and honestly, the rest of the characters in the show aren't that great. You have this sexist pig who doesn't want her joining because she's a woman. You have this really weird unicorn character who's not necessarily irritating, but is like just kind of there. You have a woman who is there, and she's part of the group of the 9 with the sexist pig, and she doesn't really have a lot of personality. I'm waiting for someone more interesting to show up, because I like Natsuki. I think she's adorable. I think she's fun, and she honestly reminds me of Libby from The Ghost in Molly McGee, with how awkward she is, because she hides behind her hair. She's very quiet. She doesn't like to interact with people, and it's super cute. But the rest of the cast just isn't really impressing me so far. I do also like the animation that happens when Natsuki draws. It is beautiful, and it reminds me very, very much of a magical girl transformation. So there's a lot of stuff in the show I really, really like. I like her, having to use her knowledge of what happens to get by. I like the fact that she just tells them what happens and that they're in an anime, and they just kind of accept it. They don't really question it. They don't push back, except, of course, at first they think she's completely insane until she actually proves that she knows what's going to happen next, and then they're like, oh, maybe she's telling the truth. I like that. Because not gonna lie, if someone walked up to me and told me that she was from another world and that I was in an anime, I would think she was nuts. I would want to steer clear from her as far as humanly possible. But I like the fact that they're kind of taking it in stride, and they're gonna use her to help them. I just, like I said, I wish there were a slightly better side characters, but we'll see when E in the future. Maybe other people show up. So far, this show is solidly decent. So